So I've been working from home since 2020. Now, I know not all of you do, but I'm sure most of you have some type of office space, whether it be at a desk or even just a laptop somewhere around your home. So these are things that have really made my life so much easier and more productive. Everything will be linked down below in the description box. I'll also pin everything in the top comment, and then I'll also put a QR code on the screen if you want to scan that. You could also shop there. So I first want to talk about my desk setup, which I've been using for years. I've tweaked it a lot. I think I finally got it in a place where it's extremely functional. It just makes so much sense. So I do have an Apple laptop, and the first thing that I want to recommend is if you do have a desktop computer or a laptop, get a curved monitor. This to me is the perfect size. I will link this below. It is a 32-inch curved monitor. I did get it in white. I feel like it goes with my room up here better, but you can get it in whatever color you want. Mine's a Samsung. I don't even know if they still make this model, but to me, this is the perfect size where it's not too huge and overwhelming, but it's big enough that you can have multiple windows open and you can just really see everything so much better. This is a monitor stand, which I highly recommend if you do have a laptop and you're plugging your laptop in to see the big monitor screen, because this creates a little shelf that you can put your monitor on top of. You can slide your laptop underneath. This saves so much space. For years, I just was juggling it all. My keyboard was in the way, like it just wasn't working. This allows the space to be utilized way better. And I also love how there's drawers in this. I put my favorite pens in here so that I don't ever lose them. And then I also have this little like kickstand where I can pull this out and then lean my cell phone there. So this works great for meetings, but it also allows me to listen to podcasts, listen to music, and I can, respond to any text. It just lays out the space very nicely. Number 3 is my wireless keyboard and mouse. So it comes as a set, and I double checked. I ordered this from Amazon almost 5 years ago. It has done me so well. I love it. It is thin, it's sturdy, it types so well, it feels great on my fingers. The mouse is amazing, it's so smooth, it glides nicely. I did get it in white. Again, you can get the keyboard set in a lot of colors to match your office space or whatever aesthetic you have, but I definitely recommend this keyboard set. Now, I'm sure you've seen these squishy wrist pads before, but this is a set that I did recently order from Amazon because if you are on your computer a lot, you can develop carpal tunnel problems, which I feel like I don't need one for the keyboard. Some people do. I really needed one for my mouse. I noticed that if I am on my computer clicking a lot, I will start to have pain here. I actually really struggled with that when I worked in an office every single day, like for 9 hours a day. So anyway, I ordered this and I more just wanted to point out that most times when you go to like Staples or Walmart, these only come in black, but this set comes in a lot of fun colors, a lot of fun patterns, and it can just jazz up the space. So we're basically just getting a lot of the boring stuff out of the way. A lot of things in this video you're not going to see other people recommend. In this next one, I'm sure some of you are going to be appalled that I'm even sharing this item, but hey, I'm just letting you know that it exists. If you want to try it, you can. So speaking of the mouse, right? If you are somebody that does work from home, you work for a company, and maybe they have the technology, because this is what companies do now. They can monitor how active you are on your computer based on how much you're moving the mouse and whatnot. And so this is like a mouse jiggler or like mouse mover. You can set it up under your mouse and it is very realistic, like human realistic motions. It will continually move the mouse so that if you want to go do something else for a half an hour, your company still thinks you are working, which yes, this is bad. This is bad. Just throwing it out there. Okay, now this next item, it's an essential. It is a must. It is amazing. It is a coffee mug warmer. Yes, I know what you're thinking, that you've already tried one of these, or maybe you have one. I've tried like 5 or 6 of them throughout my career, and this is the first one that actually keeps my coffee piping hot. It is amazing, and you can increase the temperature. You can set it to have an automatic shut off if you want. The real miracle here is I put my coffee mug on it in the morning and it will stay hot for as long as I want it to be hot. It is glorious. It's the best one I've ever found. Now, if you noticed, the other item sitting beside the coffee mug. That is my happy light. That is what keeps me happy, especially in the months that we're heading into. At least in the US, we are heading into a dark, dark time. And I want to stay happy because the sun brings me happiness and it starts to go away at this time. So this is the happy light. You just can have it sitting on your desk, or it could be in your kitchen. It could be really wherever. I just keep it here. And if I'm working, I have it on. It simulates like real natural light, and it just boosts some of the hormones in our body to be happier. It's really cool. Look into it. This is a very well-priced one. There's different light settings if you want it to be, a little bit more dim or a little bit more bright. It really does make a big difference, and I highly recommend. Now, another thing that makes me so freaking happy are these friction erasable pens, which I have shared these before, but I wanted to put them in the video because yes, they are an essential when it comes to working and just productivity, but they did come out with a new version. So the version that I still use and love is the 0.7 tip. It's a little thicker of a tip. This is a finer point. It's a 0.5. I love both. I have a plethora of both, but I just wanted to tell you that if you've never tried this pen, this could be a life-changing purchase. I'm not exaggerating. The erasable pens that you're used to, they don't usually write well. They don't ever write well. This makes the ink, it just glides out. It just glides. It's so smooth. It's buttery. And then if you make a mistake or your plans change, I use this on my calendar. I use it on to-do list. I just erase. My kids use this at school. They literally have like a whole pencil box of these pens. They can easily erase anything, and it actually works. Now, speaking of to-do lists, this is by far the best layout I have ever come across. You will be shocked at how much more productive you will be when you follow an outline like this. I no longer use a really big planner that's just overwhelming. This is something where you just write out everything that you have to do, just get it out of your brain onto paper. And then there is a top 3 priority section. Those are like the 3 main things you need to focus on for the day. Just at least get those done. Then you can move things for tomorrow. There's things that you just want to write down that you don't want to forget, any notes. And every day I just start fresh. I literally just rip it off, start fresh with a new page, and I just keep going. And it really just makes more sense and doesn't overwhelm me. This huge set of clear drawer organizers has come in handy far more than I ever expected. Yes, I do use them to organize my office drawers, but I also use them in my makeup vanity area. I use them in my bathroom. I use them in my nightstand. I have ordered the set a few different times, and I am always reaching for them. So if you've never tried these, they're extremely affordable. You can make them so that they don't slip. They like grip the drawer, and then you can put them in whatever configuration that you need. Now, in my desk drawer, you may have seen 2 different pairs of glasses. So these are my blue light blocking glasses. If you are somebody that does have to work in front of a screen for a lot of the day, maybe you have trouble sleeping at night, I would highly encourage you to at least try one or the other of these. I'm gonna link them under different numbers because they are very different. The first one is a more typical blue light blocking pair of glasses. This is a much higher quality than maybe ones you've tried in the past. I like to wear them, in front of the screen. It gives you way less eye strain, less headaches. I feel like you can work longer and not feel tired, but it's also great to wear before bed, and it blocks out the blue light and you sleep better. But if you are somebody that is really affected by blue light, then I think this is the pair of glasses you need to try. This is a bit more expensive. These are $39, but this is the highest level of protection against blue light. It blocks out 99.99% of all blue light. And even just putting them on, my eyes feel an immediate sense of relief. It is so interesting. I know they look kind of weird, but if you are somebody that does spend a lot of time in front of a screen, maybe you do have eye strain or tired eyes, or you develop headaches throughout the day, I really encourage you to give these a try. And then another kind of unusual item I use literally every single day is this Nido cube. This is kind of like a fidgety thing, a stress reliever, if you will, but it's the best one I've ever found or used because it is so squishy and moldable. It is so interesting. It's just like nothing I've ever felt before, and I kind of just play with it when I'm trying to concentrate. I just kind of always have it near me. I find like I'm always grabbing it. It was sold out for the longest time. I recommended this around Christmas time. I thought it was a good stocking stuffer idea. It's very affordable, but it was just sold out for months and months, but it's back in stock. stock. You can get different colors. Kids love it, of course, but so many adults do too. I'll try to be quick about this next one because I did recently talk about it. But this is my productivity cube. This is very underrated. So this is a cube that counts down from whatever time you set it to. So it has 5, 10, 30, and 60-minute increments. Whatever you set it to, it automatically starts counting down from that amount. And the reason this is so good for productivity is because if you know you only have to do something for 10 minutes and you work as fast as you can, you will get so much more done than you ever expected. Or even just 30 minutes. If you're like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to work on this project. If you just set it for 30 minutes, you see the countdown going, and you know as soon as that's done, you can stop. And a lot of people have said to me, just use your phone. Yes, you can absolutely use your phone, but I found that when I do that, I get sucked into other things. I see something on Instagram, I see a notification pop up. Like, I just don't want to use my phone. I want to stay away from my phone. I feel like this next item is such a woman thing to have near her office space, but it is, in fact, a portable heater. Yes, I love this. Sometimes I come up here, it's freaking cold, and I plug this in, and it just brings warmth to my heart. But this is a great one. It is very safe. A lot of portable heaters just, don't have the built-in safety mechanisms. You can set this to specific temperatures if you want. You can have it rotate. You can have an automatic shut off again. The price is great, but I've had this again for years, and it's the best one I've found. This next item definitely isn't that fun, but it is necessary, and it works very well. This is the screen cleaner. So it comes as a set. This is a microfiber towel that grabs onto all the dust, the dirt, the grime, but it doesn't scratch any of your screens. And then this is the cleaner that is unscented. It does not smell like a chemical bomb, but it really does work to make your screens clean and shiny. So I'll use it on my monitor, my laptop screens, iPads. It works on your phone. This also works great on your TVs. But speaking of laptops, I have spent a lot of time in this video talking about my actual office desk setup. I know a lot of you, including myself, will take a laptop and sit on the couch or your bed or somewhere in your house and be on your laptop. Now, this next item is where I'm going to lose some of you people, and you're going to be like, Shay's a weirdo. Yes, I am. That is okay. You can ignore this, but I am a firm believer that the EMFs that the laptops radiate are horrible for us. Okay, I have an EMF detector. I've tested the microwave, like all kinds of appliances. My Apple laptop is probably the worst thing in my home. It is off the charts. It's insane, honestly. This is an EMF blocker, and it's nice and sturdy. I did get it in a blue color. You can get black and gray. This just goes on my lap. You put the laptop over top, and all of the EMFs radiating off of the laptop into my body are completely blocked. So I just feel really good about using this wherever I am. But under the next number, I'm going to link this EMF blanket, because sometimes I like to curl up in my bed or on the couch in kind of like a weird way where I want to be a little bit more cozy. Maybe I just want to watch a movie. This is a blanket that will completely, again, block all of the EMFs from going into your body. I have a detector. I've tested it. I assure you, these both work. So I do use both. You don't need both, but I at least wanted to mention that, again, they exist, and I really like them. Now, the next few things I don't actually have, but I want to mention them because I think they could be very beneficial to you depending on your situation. So I will link them down below under the numbers that you see. So this is actually a very interesting chair that everyone right now is raving about. So it allows you to sit and move in many different ways. It allows you to kind of sit crisscross applesauce. You can kind of lean on your feet or lean on your knees. You could sit backwards. It gives you a lot of lumbar support. It does come in different colors, but it's something that if you just kind of want to move around and you don't just always want to be putting a lot of pressure on your lower back, this could solve a lot of your problems. And then everyone is also loving the standing desk, which if I had a good spot for this, I definitely would already have it. So I will link a few options down below, but this one in particular is very affordable. It looks really nice. You can obviously still sit at it like a normal desk, but then when you want to raise it up to stand up, it easily rises and then you can stand. And that's where the walking pad comes in. I will link my walking pad that I have down below. It's really sleek. It's really slim. There's other ones that are a little bit more expensive that you can can get that now, rise up and create a little bit of a hill or elevation, but you can just slide that under a standing desk. And then anytime you want a little boost of energy, you can start walking. And it really prevents that afternoon slump that often happens to all of us. Everything will be linked down below in the description box. Everything will be pinned in the top comment. You could also scan the QR code. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider doing that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.